First of all, welcome to this video series with Cosmos Hub, where we talk about building on Cosmos and in conversation with people, founders, members of the community who are creating things on Cosmos. Do you want to start with giving us an intro about you and what you're building?
First of all, thank you for the invitation to this interview. I'm Metodi. I'm doing product development at Nolus. So I'm at Nolus. I'm mostly working with our talented dev team. I'm helping out with things like governance, documentation, or conceptualizing new ideas for extending the protocol's offerings. And to give a brief overview of Nolus, Nolus is a cross-chain powered DeFi upchain on which a single smart contract protocol lives, and that's the Nolus lending market. And it's a lending market in a sense that you have again lenders and borrowers, but it's a different concept compared to, let's say, Aave Compound or their respective forks, in a way that borrowers, they provide the deposit, we call it a down payment, and they can borrow up to 150% of that deposit's value. And what Nolus does in the background is that it utilizes the powerful Cosmos technology, which is IBC with interchain accounts, connecting to other decentralized exchanges on other chains, and using that to swap those two, both the deposit and the loan, to a desired asset. And this effectively creates either a cross-chain margin long position for the user or a cross-chain margin short position.
How did you come across Cosmos ecosystem and what attracted you to work and build in it?
So in terms of Nolus and our team, so back in the day, the Cosmos stack was, I think it still is the way to build correctly your own app chain, to have your single smart contract protocol on top of your chain to kind of control everything in the stack from the base layer protocol all the way to the smart contract layer. And that's one thing. And the second thing is, of course, IBC. This is something that was really crucial because IBC is a protocol for trust minimized cross-chain communication. You're not only using it for transferring assets from chain A to chain B, but you're also you can send out other messages, such as what we are doing at Nolus, where Nolus is simply the protocol is a trader of osmosis or Astroport on Neutron. So, and that happens in a trust minimized fashion. So there's not multi-sig bridges that can you need to depend on several people taking care of their private keys.
What do you think about Cosmos that is unique compared to other blockchain ecosystems?
I already touched brief upon that, but I like the fact that you can use the Cosmos stack to build your own independent chain. You have everything in place with its modularized architecture. You can extend that. You have this base architecture which you can step on and then explore and build your own thing. So that is something that, and you do not have to necessarily have to stake ATOM or be dependent on the hub itself. Of course, if you want some security, you can be part of the interchain security, but it's not a requirement for you as a new chain. It's up to you. So yeah, that's this flexibility is what I really like.
There are a lot of features that are already in play, features and mechanism. You have Hydro. We've been talking to a lot of builders. What do you think in the coming say 1 or 2 years where Cosmos will be?
Yeah, right now Cosmos is heavily governance oriented, which is quite good. I think it's because its own drawbacks, because some certain conflicts can arise here and there. But with also DAO, this governance model is extended, and you can basically have these sub DAOs that decide for a portion of let's say the technical path that a chain or should choose to go. And yeah, I think that Cosmos has his position to extend also its interchain security properties, because only recently CosmWasm was added on the hub, permission CosmWasm, and before that it was the bare minimum thing that you can have on the Cosmos hub. You could use that big market cap of ATOM to secure also smaller chains.
We'll jump on this next segment. Okay, I wanted to ask you what tools or features on Cosmos hub should be there that can make the experience much more frictionless for users.
I would say like for current users it's pretty like straightforward to utilize. Like if you're familiar with Cosmos, it's pretty easy. You already have that knowledge with like Kepler and other Leap wallet, etc. to kind of send out transactions on the hub. But yeah, for new users, maybe a focus on account abstraction would be good, like on the Cosmos hub, because you really want to like smoothen out those first steps of new users coming into crypto in general. And if you have like if your blockchain is able to kind of meet those that new wave of people in a simple and understandable way, you might be better than the competition out there, like from the EVM world or Solana.
How do you think role chains can make like cross-chain collaborations much more easier on Cosmos?
From what I've like read about role chains is that effectively you have your like Cosmos stack again, and you can basically rely on Celestia's security to kind of be able to reduce your validator set and lower your block times, and with lowered block times you can have like faster cross-chain communication, which is good. And yeah, I think that such technology is good as long as it doesn't worsen the user experience that there currently is around. So at the bare minimum, users shouldn't, even if something is like faster and like cheaper, you need to also take into consideration the user experience that and the trade-offs there that are going to be made.
What are your thoughts on ICS and Hydro in terms of onboarding more projects on Cosmos Hub faster, especially?
I think it's a good idea, especially for projects like ours. Even though we utilize liquidity on decentralized exchanges elsewhere, we still not need that to have liquidity in the lending pools themselves, because lending pools are from where borrowers basically take out their loans, and Nolus then kind of operates on those decentralized exchanges with those loans. So for bootstrapping purposes, I think it's quite good for protocols like ours. Of course, not only that, but whenever the market is pretty bullish, money markets tend to have like higher utilization overall across their like all their pools. And here is where like protocols like Hydro can jump in and kind of add more liquidity, like meet that demand that comes. And when that happens, you already, like, unlike the bootstrapping phase where it's kind of the expected yield is unknown because you don't have like demand from borrowers still. In a case where demand is really high, you can like have this your own chain numbers directly prepared, and people who are also depositors on like Hydro can vote like whether they, hey, like this protocol offers me like at this point let's say 10% APR, and that's better than some other protocol that's offering 8%. I vote that like Hydro should deploy the liquidity there.
We'll jump into the rapid fire segment. ATOM as a token, sell or compound?
Yeah, that's a good question. Like from my point of view, if you're like an ATOM holder, there's no, and you've held like through this bloodbath till now, there's no point in like selling at this point. You already have this conviction. You should like compound and be prepared for the next bullish wave coming with new projects that are going to utilize the Cosmos stack because it's good. They would have airdrops, so you would be better positioned if you.
What do you think is one challenge that Cosmos Hub is facing right now?
I've already specified that Cosmos is like heavily governance oriented, and that means that there are a lot of people with different views, conflicting views often, who are also participating in this whole governance process. And yeah, maybe some innovation is like that way is it's harder to like get into Cosmos because of those conflicting views and people wanting to like polish out to the smallest detail every possible new idea. So that kind of slows down the process of improving the Cosmos in general, I think. But it's overall, I'm all for governance and people sharing opinions, because that way you can get like the most like secure decision in the longer term, I guess. But it's a trade-off.
What's a proposal that you remember very like vividly in Cosmos?
I guess the 82 was it with ATOM 2.0 that was a good example like for conflicting views and how basically if you lay out too many points like in a proposal, like some of them can be genuinely good, but if there's like some part of that proposal, like it could be like even 10% that is something that isn't like broadly accepted, then the whole proposal gets simply rejected because nobody can find consensus at like 100% of everything that's specified.
Do you think we are too focused on token price as a growth metric in Cosmos?
In general, like people inside Cosmos, I don't think they're actually that focused on the price metric. It's more like people outside of Cosmos that are like pointing that out that yeah, Atom is doing pretty bad on that front. So after all, like if you eliminate everything, like price is like the price of a token is what interests like most of the overall crypto community. So it's not a good idea to completely disregard this and to like only focus on like best like technical decision and slow down the whole innovation process. You need to go with the market as well, like, and what the market values as an asset.
Which feature on Cosmos are you really excited for?
IBC, of course, is my favorite Cosmos functionality, and I'm really excited about its future prospects with ICI as well, and IBC going to other ecosystems too, like the EVM or Solana VM or any out VM environment, because that way protocols like ours can like really tap into that functionality and can prove that you can do like reliable cross-chain communication with a concrete use case, which is our novel lending solution.
Who do you think should be the CEO of Cosmos?
That's like another thing that's been quite debated, because like in other ecosystems usually you have this one figure that stands out, like Vitalik in Ethereum or Emin in Avalanche, Toli on Solana. In Cosmos it's like because it's that governance oriented, you don't have this like central figure that's leading the race. That's also like a plus, because if you're like heavily reliant on this single figure and something bad happens at some point, that could have like devastating effects, I would say, on the price, on the token's price. So I think community should vote for good people to lead sections of technical developments, but not there shouldn't be like one big person standing on top, because after all, that's like what this decentralization also stands for.
What do you think is one project which is like the dark horse in Cosmos that is like, needs to be
I think currently like Osmosis is doing pretty well. It's like where liquidity is at the largest in Cosmos. If you of course you ignore TorChain, which is also like using the Cosmos stack and they're gonna extend that. But yeah, like Osmosis are really tightly connected to the ecosystem, and they're kind of pushing out new features pretty often. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about what they will do with this Polaris also functionality, and yeah, how we could theoretically also Nolus could as a protocol leverage that for its users. So.
Do you have like a catchphrase or something for people to build or explore the Cosmos Hub?
Yeah, like a catchphrase, come try out Cosmos, try out IBC. It's good, it's secure, it's reliable, it's fun, a bit geeky at times, but yeah, it's Cosmos. You can find like good products from and people are there to like stand out and help each other. So it's a really decentralized environment in its truest form. So try it out. You're not gonna regret it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.